Hello. I saw a very interesting video on gravitas, which was talking about the profit that was made by Moderna and Pfizer because of the pandemic. And the presenter, we all know her, she made a very powerful statement. She said, this is similar to war profiteering, or rather, putting profit before health. It's very interesting that she also revealed that cost of production of a single shot for Pfizer is about $1, and they're selling it at $30 per shot. Yes, $30. That is 30 times more per shot. When the world is desperate, when the world is struggling, fighting a war against the pandemic, organizations are making profits. This is what you call war profiteering. Now, let us park Pfizer where they are. Let's see what's happening here. I'm sure you all will all recall when the first lockdown happened, when Kapruga was caught selling milk products for a higher price, and it was all over social media. Dulit was brought in, he was basically stripped naked for that. But in the meantime, we also find the PCR tests. The price ranged from about 4,000 rupees to 8,500 rupees. And these are published. Right? These are published by all the private hospitals. Now, where is the Consumer Protection Authority in that sense? Particularly when the country is struggling, people can't afford, but people must. And when we have the hospitals have such a varied price range from 4,000 to 8,500. So where is consumer protection? I mean, why do you need consumer protection? Where is your ethics? Where is your honesty? Where is your commitment to humanity? You know, the word corruption straight away connects to politicians. But Imran Khan made a very interesting statement about corruption. He said there are two factors to it. One, the people who corrupt the system. The others, people who are corrupted by the system. Now, why is the Consumer Protection Authority not going in to check these prices? Is it because these hospitals can buy them? Unlike Dulit, who wouldn't. So what are we missing here? What are we missing here? What's corruption? Corruption is about being unfair, immoral. That's what corruption is. When you are in authority, when people are depending on you, if you do something unfair and immoral, that is corruption. Now, everybody knows pharma is a mafia. Why? The way the medical professionals, which used to be a very noble profession, are incentivized to prescribe drugs more than what is needed. Maybe they are given KPIs by the hospital they work for to prescribe certain amount of tests that they probably get incentivized on. This is profiting above life. I'll give you two examples, and I would dare mention the name of the hospital. A friend of mine, a former colleague of mine, Felician Jacodi, his father was being treated at a hospital. Now, the adult pamper was invoiced at 4,000 rupees. I have the bills. The same adult pamper is available at the dispensary in the ground floor for 1,100. Now tell me, where is morality? Where is fairness? And these people are desperate. When people get ill, they sell, they borrow, they mortgage, and try to save a life. And what do hospitals do? Make a killing with health? Isn't that corruption? What happened? These are all private, public quoted companies, right? And the stakeholders don't talk about it. And there is an institute of directors which teaches ethics and governance to these people. And for God's sake, why are we doing this to this country which is struggling to get down the medications right now, which is struggling to provide the basics to people affected by the pandemic? Our revenues, foreign revenues have got affected. It's happening everywhere, but we don't have the reserve to fight that. And in this condition, why is the pharma mafia is making a killing out of people's lives, making a killing out of the pandemic? Where is your consciousness? People who are sitting in these boards, I'm asking you, question the prophets. You know, it's very interesting. A friend of mine who went into a surgery, she was charged 15,000 rupees for bed linen. Changing the bed linen. Huh? It doesn't even happen in a 5-star hotel. You book a room, you book the room with bed and bed linen. And you book a room in a hospital. What is that booking for? If you're going to charge me for the bed linen, you charge me per day fare, and you charge me for bed linen. I mean, where is the Consumer Protection Authority? Directors are happy they are making profits. Are you making in a moral way? It is immorality against humanity. So my appeal to the boards of hospitals, at least during this time of crisis, be conscious about your role in the board. Don't push your managements to make immoral profit. Ask them to be fair by the citizens who are struggling. And I was longing to bring this up. And this thought was completely triggered off when the Gravitas video was brought up, and how she mentioned that Moderna was a loss-making company up to 2019, and they made 8 billion profit in 2020. In 2021, Pfizer has made $19 billion profit. Right, that's roughly about 25% of our GDP. 25% of our GDP. Of course, they got to do research, for which the government's funded. $2.5 billion have been paid by the government to fund the research as an advance booking. But if the cost of production is $1, and if the shot is sold at 30, what sort of ethics are we talking about? What sort of morality are we talking about? And all these companies talk about social responsibility. All these companies talk about corporate citizenship. My foot. You go and look at the mission statement, read the annual reports of the hospitals of Sri Lanka. They talk big about social responsibility. Yeah, right? So ask yourselves, members of the board, whether you are doing the right thing by the humanity, particularly when this country is struggling to bring down the basic drugs for want of foreign reserve. Take a look at a mirror. And when you sit at the dining table, when you sit in front of a meal, ask yourself, did this meal come from moral earning? This luxury that I enjoy, myself, my family, comes from moral earning. Be a human before being a successful individual. Thank you.